Been waiting for this moment for such a long time. For the last few months, ever since we picked up Velton, the moment when the boys meet.
The boys,
yeah.
The brothers, the united, reunited I was going to say, but this is the first time they've ever parked next to each other, met. I'm saying met.
Yes. We haven't given them a chance to get to know each other yet. They're a bit shy, they've never met, they've heard all about each other, but they're just sort of a bit nervously, you know, opposite parallel. I'm so excited.
So we've parked the vans right next to each other at the front. Velton is like a whole double bed bigger, I reckon, if not more. So it's quite exciting. But we're not just down here doing a little comparison today. We're starting the task of emptying the big van, emptying Velton, because basically, you know, we've got to try and get him legal.
We got export plates for 3 months to give us plenty of time, which gives us until the start of January, or the 9th of January to be exact. So we're nearly 1 month into it already, so we need to get cracking with this.
We need to start by unloading the contents of the van, because even though it does look kind of quite empty in here, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff underneath, there's a lot of stuff in the cupboards. And then in fact, before we start kind of dismantling everything, all the furniture, everything, I think we should weigh the van as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, way more stuff than we originally thought. Like, little old Vinster is almost full already. And if any of you are thinking, why are they taking all of their stuff from one van and putting it into another? We live in a very small village with very small cobbled streets, and you can't actually take this van into the main village area because it's just too big.
Yeah, we live on a steep hill, so even in Vinny we have to park like 100-200 metres away. In Velton it's about a kilometre.
So that's the method behind our madness.
Paper, scissors, stone.
Paper, scissors, stone.
Go on then, ready? 1, 2, 3. On three. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Best out of 3.
No.
I said best out of 3, not on 3.
You've got to take all of that stuff and take it up the hill into our house. It's amazing how much stuff you kind of accumulate in such a short amount of time. So obviously Frank and Emily did leave quite a few bits and bobs in the van, but then obviously because we were living in the van for a few months up in Germany, we had to buy sort of everything like pots and pans for cooking and cleaning and things like that as well. So we do have quite a lot of things to take out to get the van, you know, empty of its contents before we start removing all of the furniture. Thing is with this van, because it's not completely finished, as in all of the finishing touches aren't done, as in this sort of thing, and like kind of underneath where we still see pipes and that sort of thing, it makes it look like, oh, you know what, that's not going to be such a big job to take everything out of the van. It's just nuts and bolts that need undoing and a bit of sort of physical energy to carry all of the wood and stuff like that. That's how I'm feeling as we're unpacking and unloading. What do you think?
I think you'll change your mind once you've done about 3 trips up the hill and there's another 30 to go just to unload the contents.
So the bathroom took us a couple of weeks to do. Spent quite a bit of time kind of finishing it off with all the bathroom sealant in here and making all of the lino line up, and obviously getting the fittings and everything spot on. So a little bit gutted that we have to take all of this down. It's doable. We did it in a way that we can take it down and remove things in case we have to get to the pipes. Obviously you have to like just cut where the sealant is, and these boards are kind of individually up there, so we don't have to take all the lino off. It should all still be able to go back together and use everything how it is now once we do the rebuild in whenever that will be. Heavy, isn't it? Great.
Sorry, Vinster. Look at that. So yeah, that's all. Most of the contents, we've got the batteries and everything else to do, but first things first. So this could take a little bit longer than we initially thought. Shouldn't do things on a weekend.
We can't get anywhere near our house. Like the cars are like double parked with their hazards on and stuff, so there's no way we can get our camper van there. We're just gonna have to leave it all where it is for now and try again later.
Hopefully after everyone's had their Sunday lunch,
yeah,
it will quieten down. And
the village gets very busy for people coming to meet family and stuff like that on a Saturday and Sunday actually. And yeah, the beauties of living in a little village where you can't park outside your house. We don't have a garage, we don't have a driveway, anything like that. We've just got a very small village house. Talk about that very small village house. Where are we going to put all of this stuff? Come on.
Come on, try it in. Come on, dude.
Oh. So we've just checked the parking on the way back down here. It's like 6 o'clock now and there's still not really any parking right close to the house.
Oh my god, we've been burgled, but someone's put stuff in the van. See you later, boys. Woo! Never seen that there before. That must be new.
Come on then, you two.
This way.
Good boys.
Come on.
Oh, you could have parked in that spot there. It's closer.
Come on, troops. Try and just milk a whole vlog doing this, surely not.
What was that, love? So Nick just said we can't milk a whole vlog, just unloading the contents of Velton.
And you say, you just watch us.
And I said, I think it's brilliant content. Who doesn't want to watch this? Oh, we done it, guys. Everything is from the van into the house. You're probably thinking, where? Where is it? The house looks clear. Could it be behind that big screen over there? Yeah, so basically we've chopped our downstairs lounge in half so we can put everything from the van behind that screen so it doesn't mess up the whole house. We don't know how long we're going to have to store all the stuff in the house before we can redo the van build. So this was the idea, and we can actually watch a movie as well because that's a projector screen. All of the mess is behind here. Yeah, we've just sort of thrown it in here for now. Obviously we have to get all of the furniture and everything else out of the van, and that's all got to fit in here, and that's when it's really going to fill up. But we can just like stack it up high and stuff, yeah. And we're actually waiting for a phone call, and that's why we haven't started taking all the furniture out yet, because we're not sure if we have to take everything out. We're pretty much sure we do, but maybe not everything.
typical, isn't it? Set up the lovely dog's bed for him right at the front, beautiful view in the background, and he wants to sit on his papa's lap. We do miss this place. This is the main thing we miss about being away travelling, is coming up here first thing in the morning, looking at the beautiful view, having a coffee, watching the sunrise. It's very peaceful up here until the village wakes up and the neighbours start shouting and the dogs start barking. I think we just got up here in time.
Yes, morning routine up here with our coffees, and we're all like little old people this morning, aren't we? We've got like our big dressing gowns on. I was going to bring a blanket as well, you know. But it is nice.
Yeah, July and August, in the main summertime, you do not want to be. It's too hot. Everything looks dry, but after a little bit of rain, all the fields have turned green again. And this time of year, the shoulder seasons, autumn and spring, are just perfect. So obviously our morning routine normally involves a 10k run, boxercise, yoga and meditation. Some of that on the roof. Obviously we've done all that this morning already.
Yeah,
obviously. And the other days we come up and just sit here in our dressing gowns with a coffee and act like old people. Nothing wrong with that though, nothing wrong with that. And we like to have a coffee up here before the village wakes up and have a chat with an old friend, Rosie Stone. Have you heard of Rosie Stone? Hay flores al lado de la valla.
El jardín está detrás de la casa.
El jardín está detrás de la casa. Rosie Stone is short for Rosetta Stone, who are today's sponsor of the video. And if you've never heard of Rosetta Stone, it's an online language learning platform which sort of steps away from the traditional methods. It's great because you learn how you learnt to speak when you were a little child. So you're learning through pictures and sounds. It's a delight for all your senses, if you like. You know, you look at images and you link it to sounds, you practice your listening. It's got a thing called True Accent, which really helps your pronunciation, which obviously we struggle with, as do most people. So you're doing a course and you can't progress until you get the right pronunciation. We've been using Rosetta Stone for about 2 years now, on and off, because obviously life does get in the way. You're busy, you have commitments, so you can't do it the whole time. But what's great about Rosetta Stone is they do offer a lifetime subscription. They have other ones, but a lifetime subscription. So if life does get in the way, you can just pick it up and drop it off whenever you like. I've got 25 different languages, so if you get a bit cocky and you've done one, just move on to the next. It's available on mobile, tablet and laptop, so you can learn a language wherever you are. If you're interested in learning a new language and want to sign up to Rosetta Stone, then click the link in our description for more information and to get the best deal around. Hello. You're right. I was just phoning to check whether you received my last email. I sent another one on Friday after we spoke. I sent an email and then I sent the photographs of the van and ID plates and everything.
Okay, so yeah, will you let us know later on? Will you be able to find out today whether it's possible and what we'll need to do to regarding taking everything out? Yeah. The other thing, do you think, because we're going to put the bulkhead back in, but do you think we could get away with leaving the flooring? I'm not sure, because there's insulation underneath, so it would have been raised up by an inch or a couple of inches. But so you're just going to see what we need to do about the holes in the roof. Well,
let us know, and that'll be great, and then yeah, we can move forward from there and have a chat later on.
Dizzy, can you be quiet, please?
So guys, just spoken to the company that we've been in contact with up the coast regarding if it's possible to legalise this van, and hopefully it is, and what we need to do.
I think we already mentioned that we're kind of waiting for this phone call before we start unloading everything.
Yeah, he's just literally going into the test centre.
Shh.
Let's go to the roof again. He's just literally going into the test centre to speak to the head engineer, hopefully, and then to find out if we can leave the skylights in and possibly some other things. And hopefully we've got all the paperwork we need to start the process. So hopefully by the end of the vlog and the end of this day, today,
hopefully like in an hour or 2 hours or so, we should know the situation.
That's why I've been waiting to do all the furniture, but we've been keeping busy, obviously.
Yeah. I will just add as well, we have got 2 or 3 different leads as well if it doesn't work out with this company. We're hoping it does. This company gets really good reviews and they really seem like to know what they're talking about. So if they say no, then it's obviously disheartening and a bit of a worry, because then you think, oh, it can't be done. But we have got a couple of other people we can try and contact, different companies who do similar thing. So, you know, that's where we're at. But Nick was just about to say,
as we haven't just been twiddling our thumbs. Obviously, we've come back and a storm hit, so there's various repairs. As there always is with an old house, there's always stuff to do and maintenance to do when you come back from a big trip.
Every time we come back, we're always like, oh, I want to do this, oh, I need to do that on the house. And I've just like basically decorated the whole bathroom, like painted all the bathroom. We took the Ray house down. I don't know if you noticed this morning when we were sat up there in our dressing gowns, we've actually taken that all down because it was rusty. It's been there for 12 years. It was second hand when we got it. We paid like €60 for it, and included
10 years ago, that
getting it fitted. So yeah, it was time for that to come down. But we quite like it all open.
It's nice. It's only like metal bars. Ray has is like a metal fence kind of thing, railings. So it's only like bars, but it seems to open up and you can see the view so much more.
So we might just keep it like that with just a few plants in the way.
And the doggy's old enough to know what's, it's dangerous.
Safe, they won't jump down. And so just lots of little jobs to keep us busy in the house while we're waiting for the final kind of phone calls and the go ahead, ready to strip the van out and move forward type thing. So whilst we wait for this all important phone call, we are going to go and weigh the van now, because the van is empty of all its contents, but everything that will be in it is in it, if that makes sense. We got him quite close to the house this time, but look, we put the chocks on because we're on quite a steep hill and we don't trust him 100% to hold. Here he is.
Yeah, the boys are back together.
They've both got their distinctive smells, haven't they? Don't you think? Belton smells a certain way, Vinny smells a certain way. In no way dirty or, caravan-y or anything. They've just got a smell about them.
Don't you think this feels like a new van though?
I know, yeah. Looks like a new van. Maybe that's the smell of new and the smell of old.
I can't believe it's been 2 weeks since we've driven Belton.
Still can't believe we've got to empty all of this out. It's a ready-made camper van, it's done, it's just ready and we have to take everything out and start again.
It's going to be like a do-it-yourself van kit though, isn't it? We've got the van, we've got all the bits inside, so it's an early Christmas present. Right, check. Handbrake on the opposite side, one less pedal, automatic, start in neutral. Here we go. Listen to this. Oh, still got a little rumble, hasn't he? So different. It's so weird having driven Belton for the last few months and then getting to Vinny, drive him on and off for a couple of weeks, and just everything's different. The steering's so responsive. Obviously, I've said this 100 times before, but it's just weird. It takes a bit of getting used to.
And I'm sure we've said this loads of times as well, but we can just have a proper conversation, completely hear each other. It's just so quiet in comparison. Alrighty then, let's weigh our boy. It is €2, but you can pay in 5 senses, and I've got loads of change, so you might want to film this because, you know, $1.95. I'm just using all my change. Cut to when
okay,
it's
we'll just flash to 10 minutes later. So how much was it?
3,000. Bang on. Without us, without any stuff in it. So that means we've got 500,000.
Or you could say 500.
500 kilograms to play with, which is, it's all right. We have got 4 big heavy batteries in the back.
4 96 amp hour batteries in the back.
Which probably weigh about 80 kilos. We'll probably switch those out for, you know, lithium or power stations which are lithium and a lot lighter weight. The huge jack is in here which weighs probably, gosh,
well, we'll
50
find out
kilos.
how much it weighs, probably says.
So, you know, that's where we're at. That's all right. We were hoping no more than that. And it's no more than that, it's bang on that. So
It's crazy, it's just bang on that, isn't it?
bang on 3,000 kilograms.
Whew. That was pretty heavy. I reckon that's about 50 kilos. Bulkhead, that's pretty heavy. That must weigh like 30 kilos? Don't know, no idea, but that's coming off the weight.
So, you know, I think we would still like to downsize a little bit when we redo the build to get a little bit more. Not sure how yet. But yeah, you want it to be as light as possible, don't you, before you put all your things in, obviously. And no more pies for you.
Christmas is coming up as well. I'm not going to be able to do the van build until well into the new year, until I've lost that Christmas pudding weight. Did you manage to speak to the engineer again at all? Excuse me. And then it'd just be a case of waiting for the paperwork to be done and then getting the plates. All sounds simple, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, a long way to go before then, but yeah, appreciate all that, and yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed that it's all good. Still not really better off. We're still waiting for that definitive answer.
It's pretty positive what the guy's saying, but it was really, really positive with the last company, and look how that ended out.
Won't go into it too much, but I mean, he seems quite positive, but he's chasing a definitive answer. He's obviously like what you guys want to know for sure. But
we need to know for sure.
I don't know whether we can get one, because the boss could say yes, that's fine, but then on the day it's the individual engineer doing the test and the guy in the back office or something, he was saying. But
so they could say no, or they could say you need to do this or you need to do that. So is it the case if it's going to get through, you go there and then say yeah, but you need to do this? So you could go there, because they're actually saying now that we might be able to keep the fan and the max fan in, because it's like ventilation for the van. So we're a bit dubious about that.
Well, he was confused.
Obviously
by
that'd be
that.
fantastic, but he was confused.
He
about
was
that.
like, well, I don't know why. It seems crazy, but they're saying that's ventilation, so it's not a modification. It's ventilation, but clearly it is a modification.
Because the van wasn't like that, was it, when it was built?
But I mean, he seems positive. I asked him to get a price and how long the whole process takes, and that was quite positive. It's like less than 1,500, which was like less than
euros.
1,500 euros. The other company
was quoting
was
like
over 6,000, getting on for 6.
So,
And if we do it, they create an engineer's report on our way to get there. He gets us in for a test, I think, pretty quickly, and then it's just a case of we can go off and they'll sort out the road tax and the paperwork and the plates. All sounds so simple.
And then a couple of weeks later, you just go to pick up your plates.
No, he drops them off, sends them to you.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So in theory,
so it's all sounding very positive when you speak to the guy, but we're just so dubious about it, aren't we? We're just like, it's not that we don't trust these people, it's just that what we've read and what we've learnt so far, that just sounded too easy. I mean, obviously we've got to completely empty, gut the van out, which is not that easy, but if we're allowed to keep them in and it's only going to cost that much, and then it's not going to be an issue. I think all we can do now is just go with the flow. I said
Fingers
before,
crossed, pray.
this guy does get good reports, gets good reviews, and then I think we should just start unloading everything from the van, taking everything out, all the furniture, everything, because it's got to be done. There's no way this van's going to go in as is. So let's just start stripping out the van and keep our fingers crossed that this works out. And if we get up the coast, if we get there and it all goes through and the test and they say, oh no, you need to change this or you need to change that or you need to take these out and weld metal on or whatever, then we'll just have to deal with that at the time and do that at the time.
Just roll with the punches. Take whatever
we can do to get through, basically.
Anyway.
What are you thinking? You seem a bit funny about it.
I just want him to say yes. I just want him to,
You just want that answer and say, yes, the engineer's
and
got
then
back,
I'll go.
The paperwork's in order, you can leave those in, just bring the van here and we can get it through and you pay this much and it's done. That's what you're
I just want him to say, all the paperwork's fine, everything you've got, that's all good, and the van can come in.
So we can strip the van and we'll take basic camping gear.
We've got camping mattresses. Actually, just 2 hammocks.
Oh,
two hammocks from the ceiling beams.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we can take basic camping gear and just go up there and get him through. You know, because we can't drive home. Where this place is, it's outside of Andalusia. Actually, it's about 8 hours drive.
And that's another good thing. Apparently, Andalusia is a lot stricter for some reason for getting
we've
vans
heard that
through.
a couple of times now. So it's best to do it outside of Andalusia in Spain if we can. So I think that's kind of the plan.
That's the plan, yeah.
Yeah. Keep your fingers crossed for us, guys. But I think we're going to start emptying everything out now. And
Right now.
Well, you know, tomorrow maybe.
Tomorrow, maybe go and get some lunch first.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's where we're up to. I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent like messages and a few like contacts who have done similar things before. Thank you so much. We are still going through messages and emails, so if we haven't got back to you, we appreciate you and we hope to get back to everyone, and it's all going to be worth it in the end, you know. And yeah, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking, a little bit scary, but it's also exciting.
Once I've got the green light, I'll be excited, because even though it's a big job, I am looking forward to taking out, seeing it as an empty shell, a blank canvas, and then, you know, hopefully we get
it all
piece
back
it back
together and doing like little improvements
making
along
changes
the way.
and stuff. Yeah. Crazy journey, eh, guys?
Yeah.
Crazy journey.
Join us on our other socials for daily updates and all that good stuff. Fancy a little bit more? Head over to Patreon, and that's it.
That's it. Take care, guys. Stay tuned. Keep your fingers crossed, and we'll see you next week. Gear stick on the other side, one less pedal, automatic.
Gear stick on the other side.
Sorry, Julian. Right, handbrake on the opposite side, extra pedal, automatic, start it in neutral.
Extra pedal.
Extra.